Sup fans, welcome back to my channel. And well, since Godzilla vs. Kong is coming out in exactly 2 months, or actually no, less than 2 months, pretty much 1 month, I thought I'd just do a little quick, spoiler-free, and pretty much a messy review of the original King Kong vs. Godzilla released in 1962. And I'll be covering the Japanese version, and I'll just quickly gloss over the American cut. Coming up right now, hope you guys enjoy the show. Alright guys, quiet on set. Scene 1, take 1. Action! Boom! Now, if you guys like this video, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe, make sure to share with your friends, and also hit that bell for notifications because it helps the channel a lot. King Kong vs. Godzilla, or King Kong Tai Godzilla, was directed by Ishiro Honda, and it stars, and I'm not gonna list everybody, but it stars Tadao Takashima, Kenji Sahara, Yu Fujiki, Mei Hama or Miyahama, Akihiko Hirata, Ichiro Arishima plays Mr. Taco, Soichi Hirose as King Kong, and Haruo Nakajima as Godzilla. So the story is about a pharmaceutical company who's basically unsatisfied with the TV ratings with the TV shows that they are sponsoring. So they know about this island known as Faroe Island, and they worship this giant god named Kong. So they go over to the Faroe Island and they soon find out that Kong is real. So they take him for promotional purposes because they feel like they're gonna gain ratings, and they eventually do. While in the meantime, an American submarine crashes into an iceberg, and they unleash the dormant Godzilla, he was defeated by the military in the previous film, Godzilla Raids Again. So Godzilla and Kong basically meet up, and since they pretty much don't like each other, they want to show dominance, they head into a collision course and fight, and the film leads up to a final confrontation in Mount Fuji. And that's pretty much the plot. So if I had any negative things to say about it as well, the Kong suit is pretty bad. I mean, very Japanese in a way, but still, there are moments where you can even see the zipper behind the back of the suit, but it is fun seeing Kong basically being represented in a giant suit, and while it is fun to watch him like that, man, he is horrible. It's in some areas, or most. I mean, I saw this movie as a kid, and some shots actually freaked me out as a kid. Mostly the puppet areas of Kong. And sometimes there's some added scenes where they just don't add very well to the flow, especially the expedition scenes, but still, it is a nice little thing to breathe into our characters. Now let's get on to the positives, and man, I just love the direction of this film. I love Ishiro Honda. Again, I could tell he actually made an intentional communist satire against capitalism and corporate greed, while at the same time giving us amazing cinematography of Tokyo and just the fights between Godzilla and Kong. They actually feel massive, and the Showa era showcase how massive these creatures are with clever camera work. The acting is still pretty good, despite some characters are not as well developed. A lot of the characters do their job well. A lot of the actors do the job well, and Mr. Taco, he is just hilarious to watch, man. He was just so funny, especially the little bomb scene, which I'm not gonna show because I don't want to face any copyright, but still, the bomb scene with Kong is so hilarious. I mean, the guy who plays him, he was a famous Japanese comedian at the time, and it was actually a wise decision to have him there. And the film doesn't really take it all that serious. It actually knows what it's parodying, and it knows what it is, and it sticks with it. The music by Akira Ikufube is phenomenal. Actually, aside from the original Gojira, this is my second favorite Godzilla score of all time, because man, for the first time you get the bum 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 bum. You get Godzilla's theme song, and just the music, especially the final fight in Mount Fuji. The music's amazing, and wow, it's just amazing. Also the sleeping giant or the sleeping demon theme. Oh my goodness, I love it. It's just so cool. The theme song is great, the score is great, and it actually adds intensity to the movie. And Godzilla is great here, man. I mean, there are some people that don't like his design, but I like his alligator-like comedic design. He actually shows a lot more features, not just from texture, but just by mobility, and also he shows a lot of expression in this movie. And just seeing Godzilla and Kong, when I was a kid, just seeing them together for the first time in the same screen together, it is such a grand thing to watch. And even the film, the Japanese version, hypes it up as a big event, even the Americanized version. And speaking of the American version, although I do have a soft spot for it, in my opinion, it is the inferior version. Of course, they re-edited the film and made it kind of lose a little bit of its original intended message, and added American scenes, and it just affected the flow of the movie. And I hate how like most of the American scenes explain to us what's going on rather than show us what's going on, because as far as I know, and I even rewatched the Japanese version recently from the Criterion collection, they actually show us what's going on through dialogue and through camera movement and through just visuals. But in the American version, they just edit that out, like, oh, so the Seahawk, the submarine, is doing this thing, and Godzilla and Kong are headed this direction. Pretty dumb. Also how they just took a jab at Godzilla, like, Godzilla has a brain about this size, he grabs a marble. He is sheer brute force. While Kong, they have a giant ass gorilla skull. It's a thinking animal. His brain is considerably larger, about 10 times the size of this gorilla skull. Yes, the American monster is way better than the Japanese monster. Way to go. Way to go, John Beck. He's the one that produced the American cut. But then again, I do have a soft spot for it. And also the film looks a bit better when it comes to high definition than the Japanese version, because the Japanese version was not well preserved. But the American version still looks great though, visually, when it comes to restoration wise. And also they removed a lot of Akira Kifube's music. I say a lot, not all of it is removed. Mostly the sleeping giant or sleeping demon theme is left intact, but still, his masterful craft music is not in the American version. I mean, they used recycled music from the Creature from Black Lagoon and the Wolfman, since Universal did distribute it here in America. But I mean, some of the music from the American music works a bit better in the Japanese version. Sometimes I'll go into that someday. I'll go more into that someday in the near future. But then again, I just like the Japanese cut better. The Japanese music in it better. So if I were to give the Japanese version, the movie itself, the original movie, a rating, I'll have to give it 5 out of 5. Even though yes, the Kong suit is horrible and cheesy at some ways, and yeah, the fights can be cheesy at some points, it is so fun. And also the characters are pretty well done, even though that the pacing isn't all that great in some areas. But still, I think it's a masterpiece. It's fun as hell, and it is actually a great movie to watch with your squad. Have a couple beer, popcorn, candy, and just sit around and have fun. For the American cut, I'll just probably give it a 3 stars. It's okay. That's just my opinion. I mean, I could go harsher on that edit, which I will someday, but I have a soft spot for that version. I mean, that is the first version I saw as a kid, but again, to a lot of us, that was the first version that we saw as kids. So that is my quick spoiler-free review of King Kong vs. Godzilla, the original Japanese version from 1962. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thank you guys so much for watching my video. So this is JAVIWOOD from JAVIWOOD Productions. I hope you guys enjoyed the show.